如果我同大家講喺牆上面呢度展示緊嘅呢啲咁漂亮嘅中國仕女圖嘅呢啲藝術作品咧，係出自一個外國人嘅手筆，大家又信唔信咧？好訝異咧！不如而家就同大家去見一見呢位藝術家。Dr. Linda.
Hi. Hello. How are you? Hi. Nice to meet you. Yeah, please come. You are welcome. Okay, please.
So, Dr. Linda, we would like to ask you that since when you come to Macau, and before that, what is your job for your career?
So now I have been a medical doctor for 46 years, and I'm retired already for 8 years since 2009. So my career was as a medical doctor since I was 24 years old, and I finished my studies in Lisbon, in Portugal, in the main medical hospital in Lisbon. And I came to Macau in 1996 because my husband was appointed to Macau to deal with the former Portuguese government to become the first consul of Portugal in Macau.
So since when you're in love with this art?
Well, actually, my mother was a big lover of porcelain, and I remember in my house always she was a nice pianist, and she was a teacher, and she used to make gatherings at home, inviting their friends for piano sessions and drinking tea. And I remember tea was in very wonderful teapot from China. We used to have this wonderful teapots and tea set from Macau. I would say in my life porcelain was very important since I know myself. And I was a nice teacher, a nice student on arts. Always I like to work with my hands very much. Maybe tradition or genetically by my mother, I don't know, so nobody knows. She never discovered before how to paint porcelain. And my husband, he knew this, my knowledge and my inspiring artworks. And in 1986, we were living in France, and once he bought me a whole set of painting things because I know, he said, you will be doing this. So all those things came along with me to other countries because I never had time. And when we came to Macau, it was in Macau where I first was connected with the painting on porcelain. It was in Macau. So it's why my love for Macau also linked to porcelain painting.
How long does it take for you to draft? Like few minutes?
Yeah, it depends on the subject, on the drawing. So it can take a few minutes or half hour. It depends if too complicated. For example, one like this, many lines and difficult lines. For example, this one is not easy to draw, so it takes
time.
Takes, because you need looking, you need to be very perfect on the mouth and all these lines since the beginning, since the very first beginning. You make all the drawing, all, and even some dots bigger. Of course, after you can make more, but the main to make the same looking. So it can take 15 minutes, 20 minutes, half hour,
sometimes for 1 day to another, 2 days, 3 days. For example, this, just to draw this one, it's a long while to draw.
Even it's only for draft.
Maybe 1 week to draw this perfect, because all the lines straight away, you cannot put one rule like this because it's impossible.
Yes.
You cannot. So you make it like this by hand.
原來連起稿都可以係起1個星期嘅呢一個碟係十分之困難。咁當然啦，有啲好容易嘅就幾分鐘就可以起到稿㗎啦。咁啊，方怡達老師啱啱都有講過啦。而家我哋起緊稿嘅咧就係一隻馬。
Portuguese old horse.
係一隻
like
國老
17th century horse. And the men, they go for hunting. It's a hunting horse.
你出門打獵啊？點樣先可以咧？就係表達到出門打獵啊咁生動嘅咧？咁啊，方怡達老師而家就用緊佢，其實係用緊一支好普通嘅鋼筆喺上面度起稿。點解用到鋼筆喺上面起稿咧？其實咧，佢就係喺個紙佢個起稿底紙後面先用鉛筆塗滿咗先，咁之後再喺上面畫咧，咁就將嗰啲鉛筆嘅顏色就印到落去裏面啦。
Corner.
咁我而家就試下咧點樣起稿畫呢一個花啦。Can I try on this flower?
Yeah, you can try because I will not use even so, as it's not yet not done.
Oh.
Like this, so but I make it. You will see. It comes out.
我而家咧就試下先。哎呀，都好難㗎喎！呢一個工序其實都我見都好考隻手啊嚇。啱啱大家見到呢一個咧，就係其實係方老師咧，佢啱啱咧，方怡達老師就係用咗一張紙喺呢一度咧，就係起稿。咦？咁大家覺得點解一張紙佢冇畫到色上去都起到稿？原來巧妙就喺後面啦，佢就用咗一啲鉛筆咧，就係畫咗啲顏色喺上面啦。咁之後咧，再用鋼筆喺上面印咧，咁就變到就出現咗呢隻馬喺度啦。太厲害啦！咁我就唔搞亂老師啲嘢啦。
And all the colors I use all these colors. So and I mix the powder with those oils.
Oils.
Yeah, with the palette knife. Like your palette knife, quite long because by the amount of course, because you need to mix very well the powder and the oil.
And the oil.
Because when you fire, the oil will go inside the glaze. And you need perfect lines when you fire. Blue is the very first color you make, always.
If your creation have blue color, you
Need
have
to be first.
Be the first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because the blue is the color to fire 980 degrees.
So different colors we need different degrees of
yeah.
the fires.
Is why many times to fire.
Wow, it takes a lot of
Yeah.
times. 好啦，嗱，大家見到咧，我頭先自己親手畫上去嘅呢一個蝴蝶咧，就係其中一種方法，就係冇起過任何稿咧，就直接攞呢個尖咗顏料嘅鋼筆咧就畫上去嘅。咁呢個係其中一個方式啦。另外呢一種作畫嘅方式咧，就係好似喺呢個瓷盤上面咧，就係啱啱老師咧就係用咗呢個草稿圖啦，後面有呢個鉛筆啦，咁之後咧就印上去，攞一個鋼筆咧壓咗啲鉛筆痕上去咧，咁就起咗個稿，之後再上呢個線條顏色咧就攞入去焗嘅。另外啱啱老師咧亦都介紹咗，再有一個方法咧就係大家見到嘅呢一個紅色嘅瓷盤咧，就係佢首先咧就係用佢嘅 棉花啦，就係先將佢咧海綿咧就將啲顏料全部塗滿咗之後，大家見到白色嘅呢個線條咧，就係用一啲可能係紙巾啊，或者係一啲棉籤啊咁樣咧，就將之後要補上其他顏色嘅位置咧，就先抹開佢。咁啱啱老師都有講過啦，就係呢個荷葉嘅呢個位置啊，呢個葉嘅位置咧，佢其實係可以完全將佢清潔晒嘅，變咗白色。咁就變咗之後可以塗綠色上去咧，就變咗成塊葉都係綠色。但係佢選擇咗咧就留翻少少紅色落去咧，咁咧一陣間再上綠色嘅時候咧就更加自然啦。As you mentioned that about inspirating and you've been to a lot of the countries. So is it any inspiration that you get from them for your porcelain painting?
Yes, I will say that of course China by Macau was the strongest inspiration I have got because I spent 6 years in Macau that time since 1996 until 2002. So those 6 years I paint. I was introduced to porcelain and I start to be really like a professional since the year 2001. As I travel around the world by the function of my husband, I was introduced to those countries and to the people and to the culture. But in porcelain painting, also in Korea, I paint a lot of, for example, butterflies. I love butterflies and I always paint butterflies on porcelain because I never saw one country with so many different countries of kinds of butterflies in the gardens, in Korean gardens. They were wonderful. Gorgeous.
Gorgeous. To talk about your products, your art pieces, is there any places that we can actually buy it or any exhibitions that you've bought your art pieces to?
Yes, until now I already present my works in 3 continents, Asia, Africa and Europe, for more than 100 exhibitions. And I've got prizes for it, and some of my collections are in museums. And in all exhibitions I can sell. I sell my production, and I have many collectors all over the world. I'm remembering how it was appreciated last year in Moscow. I present one big exhibition and I was awarded for my collection. And so many buyers came and could buy my works. In May this year I present one big collection in Manila, in Philippines, and it was really very appreciated works, and it was very, very well sold to other collectors in Philippines. I lived in Indonesia for 3 years. I was the first person to put the batik patterns on porcelain. So the Indonesian people, they appreciate really my work.
當你欣賞到呢啲咁精緻精美嘅彩繪瓷盤嘅時候咧，其實你好難想像到啊，佢嘅創作者咧係一位醫學博士嚟嘅喎，亦都因為咁啦，佢遊歷世界各地咧去救助其他人嘅時候，都將美好嘅事情咧就係放喺呢啲藝術品上面。咁佢用彩筆啦同埋火焰咧，就去創造呢一啲美麗同埋奇蹟嘅時候，成為一位藝術大師亦都係必然嘅。
I will spin the world with my fingertips. I